Good afternoon. This is the March 14th, 2024 Zoning Board of Adjustment regular meeting. My name is Matt Perry. I'm chair of this board. I will now call this meeting to order and ask the clerk to call the roll so that we may verify the presence of quorum.
Board Member Callahan is absent. Board Member Eichels? Here. Grants Korsch?
Here.
Hutchins? Here. Ingram? Aye. Johannesson?
Aye.
Perry?
Here.
Smikarova is absent. Wang is absent. We have 6 present.
Okay, so let the record show we have quorum. With that, we'll proceed to our agenda, a copy of which was posted for public access to the city's legislative information management system available at lims.minneapolismn.gov. Is there a motion to approve this agenda?
Moved. Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any against indicate by saying nay. And that motion passes and the agenda is approved. I believe all of the board members have seen a copy of the minutes from the February 29th, 2024 Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any against indicate by saying nay. Any abstentions? If you were not at the last meeting, you should abstain.
Eichels abstains. Sorry.
Grants Korsch abstains.
All right, and with that, the motion passes. The minutes from the Zoning Board of Adjustment February 29th, 2024 meeting are approved. Mr. Ellis, are there any petitions or communications?
Chair Perry, members of the board, there are no petitions or communications this evening.
Okay, let's review the agenda. I will read the agenda number and the address of the project and state whether it's slated for consent, continuance, withdrawal, return, or discussion. I'll talk about what consent items are. These are items that will be passed without discussion by the board. We will be adhering to the staff recommendation found on your agenda under the items recommended motion section. Importantly, any applicable conditions will be listed in the same section. If you agree with this recommendation, including any applicable conditions, you need to do nothing and the board will pass it as recommended. After the item is passed in consent, you're free to leave the chambers. Please check in with the staff member assigned to that item if you have questions following the decision. If you disagree with this recommendation, please indicate you'd like to speak against that item when I ask, and we'll put it on the discussion agenda. Let the record show that Board Member Callahan has joined us. Discussion items. These are items for which the board will take public testimony, deliberate on, and make a decision. After the public testimony has been heard for each particular discussion item, I will close the public hearing for that agenda item. Once I close the public hearing for an item, no additional public testimony will be taken, but staff may be asked to address board questions. After the public hearing for an item is closed, board members will then discuss and act on motions, and the chair only votes in the case of a tie. We have one land use request on our agenda today. It's agenda item number 5, 1235 Yale Place. Staff is recommending this item for consent. Is there anyone to speak against this item? Any board members want to pull it?
I have a question.
Sure.
Mr. Perry, so could I ask?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand.
And Board Member Grants Korsch, could you move the thanks. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to understand that this is just a chain link fence. Is that not correct? Is there any kind of attribute? It's replacing a pretty nice wrought iron fence. And so I know I wrote to you to just clarify. Can you give me anything more? Because all I'm seeing on the drawings is a chain link fence. And is it like a black coated fence? I mean, because I am concerned about the aesthetic that's going around there, and maybe we're not allowed to comment on the aesthetics, but I think it's appropriate to comment on it, given the nature and given the high profile of this, and also given the fact that we just got a concern from one of the neighbors who strongly opposed it and wanted to make sure that we understood the landscaping around it. So I'm just curious about that before we carte blanche it, blanket approve it.
So the wrought iron fence will remain. There's the existing brick wall that encases the parking basically at
Right.
grade, and that existing wrought iron fence on top of that fence will remain. Beyond that, 3 feet into the site is where the chain link fence is proposed. It is just a chain link fence. That was the application before you. The applicant has noted that they want to grow vines on that. Staff analyzed this request based on just a chain link fence.
Okay. And what happens in that 3-foot dead zone between the wrought iron and the chain link?
Well, they're proposing that vine associated to grow up the chain link. It's my understanding that there's going to be low growth vegetation there as well as where the vines would grow up.
Okay, as long as that's part of a, and I do agree with one of the concerns that letters that was brought forth. Will some of this be stated in the letter of approval for this, that landscaping is to occur?
It's a part of their application, so, as so far as the vines on the fence, that was not included in
Sure,
that.
right.
It's my understanding that the homeowners association wants additional screening, wants additional vegetation associated with this site. So I would imagine that will be in place. Staff analyzed this without that screening of the vines on the fence. There are boulevard trees in this area. There are other trees coming back soon. The entire site was analyzed based on landscaping, and all of the requirements were met with that.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your vigilance on this.
All right, I let the record show that Board Member Smakarova has joined us, and I think she's here early enough to be able to vote on the matter. All right, any other questions? Hearing none, let's review our items for consent. It is item number 5. Is there a motion to adopt this item on consent?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any against indicate by saying nay. Any abstentions? That motion passes. And if you were here for item number 5, your land use request is approved. Good luck with your project. Thanks for coming down. I know it's a little difficult to find the place. Okay, we do have some new business. We have a new board member, Derek Eichholz, and I'm wondering if Derek would like to introduce himself and say a few words.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Hey, everybody, I'm Derek Eichels. I live in Ward 3 in Marcy Homes. I'm excited to be a part of this, and I've been on the land use committee, and I'm on the neighborhood association for Marcy Homes as well. So yeah, I'm just excited. I moved to the city, and I love Minneapolis. I moved here 14 years ago and just really love the city. I'm originally from a town of like 100 people, so it's cool that we'll be talking about projects that are gonna be bigger in one building than was in my hometown and that. But yeah, I just really find a lot of this interesting, and I'm excited to dig in and learn and learn from you all.
Great. Welcome aboard. I have a tiny piece of news. I am not going to be at the next meeting, so I'm on vacation. And so Board Member Wang will be chairing the meeting in my stead. I'm sure she'll do a terrific job, and I will see you guys all in April. Our next meeting is March 28th. And with that, is there any other old or new business? So I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
It's moved in second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.